Hello guys, welcome back to the channel once again. Today I'm super mega excited to be sharing this video with you guys because today we're gonna be talking about one of my all-time favorite lesbian movies, Elisa and Marcela. This movie is actually available on Netflix and it was released in 2019, and it's actually a Spanish movie, but you know Netflix, they have subtitles, translations and all of that available, so regarding that you don't have to have any worries. But before we talk about Elisa and Marcela's relationship, I just want to say that this movie is actually based on a true story. So yes, it happened. That's why the movie is represented in black and white. That's why the whole setup of the movie is the way it is, because they are trying to represent it in the era that it actually happened. So that also makes it very more realistic to believe, you know. So that's why another reason why I actually really love this movie. But before we get into this video, please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe to the channel, and let me know down below in the comments if you guys have watched this movie and what would you personally rate it from 1 to 10. For me, this movie without a doubt is definitely a 10. So let's get right into the topic. Elisa and Marcela were two women who got married in the 19 and to be very specific, in 1991 in Spain. Elisa and Marcela had an immediate connection when they met at the whole Catholic school that they both attended. Elisa was actually raised in the school. She was raised by the nuns, and Marcela is new to the school. She's very shy. She's very stayed to herself, and Elisa is very open. Her personality is very free spirited. You know, she always made Marcela feel very comfortable at the school. So that's how they started to get very close with one another. Marcela's parents started to suspect, you know, that something was going on between Elisa and her, so they have decided to send her away. But before that happened, Marcela's mother always wanted her to have an education, to be independent, to work, to stand for herself, because her mother is married to a very traditional man, in this case her father, and she didn't want her to have the same, you know, a journey that she had. That's why her mother always, you know, used to sneak in books for her so she can read, so she can write and all of that. And when her father found out about it, he was very disappointed, because he wants, you know, Marcela to have the same journey that he had, get a husband, have kids, and that's it, you know. As time went by, Elisa actually got away. She moved out of the school that she was, you know, that she was brought up in, and she went to a new town. She actually became a teacher. Marcela, after years, they actually reconnected and they started living together immediately. So that's when they actually have decided to make their relationship official but a secret. But it didn't last very long, because the neighbors started to suspect, you know, the relationship between Elisa and Marcela, because at that time being in a same-sex relationship was illegal. It was against the law. It was very, you know, illegal, you know. So Elisa and Marcela was like, okay, a lot of people are wondering why we're living together. They're starting to ask questions. It's making it hard for us at work, because we both are teachers and the parents are starting to talk, so we need to figure out a way to make this work. So Elisa and Marcela actually came up with a brilliant plan. So the plan was actually for Marcela to go out with this guy, have a one night stand with him, get pregnant, and then Elisa will take on the, you know, the posture of a man, transform herself into a man, so they can make their relationship official and actually get married in church. So that is exactly what happened. Marcela went on, you know, she went out with this guy, they had a one night stand, she got pregnant, and Elisa, she cut her hair, you know, she put on the fake beard, she put on the clothes and all of that, and it was very believable. Elisa and Marcela actually ended up getting married, and Marcela was pregnant, so everything was going very well for them. But that didn't last very long, because after a while, you know, the neighbors, they still started to speculate and rumors started going around, and this time it was going beyond, you know, beyond the town that they were in. They were actually going all around the country. So they had to, you know, it came to a point where they couldn't hide it anymore, because the police were going to their house, you know, looking for Elisa to see if she's really a man. But they knew, you know, that actually can happen. So they have decided to escape to a whole nother country. So they have decided to escape to Portugal, the city to be specific. They have decided to escape to Porto. So when they were there, everything was good. You know, they were living good for a while. Elisa, you know, Elisa and Marcela, they were, in this case, Marcela, she was pregnant. So they were going through the whole pregnancy situation, you know, just staying calm, building relationship, expecting their baby to arrive. But things didn't get, you know, so far they didn't actually get away for it for a long time, because the Spanish authorities actually got in contact with the Portugal authorities, and there's when they actually got caught and arrested. Marcela actually went to prison, in this case to jail, pregnant, and and Elisa went to prison and jail as well. They actually were in the same cell. Marcela actually ended up giving birth in prison, which was very, very, sad for them too, especially everything they went through. But at the end of the day, there was only one way for them to get set free, and the only way was for them to give up their baby and to go separate ways. And that's exactly what they did, because they knew that was the only way they would have gotten out of prison. Of course, Marcela and Elisa, they were heartbroken because their baby got taken away from them by the authorities, because they were not legally allowed for them to have a child. So yes, the baby got taken away from them. They got released from prison, and of course, after that, their relationship just wasn't the same, because they just went all of through of this for nothing, to lose their baby. According to Marcela, this is actually her words. But they went separate ways for a couple of years, and at the end of the movie, you can actually see Marcela and Elisa reconnecting. Elisa actually went to look for Marcela, and Marcela was so surprised to see her. And Marcela, at this time, she was living in a rural area, in a small house. She was alone, she wasn't married, so that was something very good to see. And Elisa went to see her, so they sat down, they just rebonded and reconnected after after everything they went through. And yes, this movie have a happy ending, because at the end of the movie, you can see that Elisa and Marcela, they have the happily ever after. They were living alone in a rural area, unboarded, stay to themselves. And also, one thing I wanted to say, Elisa and Marcela's marriage actually never, even though it was illegal for two women to get married at the time, Elisa and Marcela's marriage never was annullated. It was never canceled. It was still, recognized by the law, by the church at that point. But because the process of them getting divorced was actually never put in, so that means that Elisa and Marcela, they actually officially stayed married, because their marriage license were never revoked and all of that. So yes, the movie has a happy ending, even though their baby got taken away from them, like I already said, by the authorities. They have a happy ending. They live together, they grow old, they have the whole, happy ending. I would definitely recommend you guys to go watch this movie if you haven't watched it. Yes, it's definitely a must watch. One of my personal favorites, like I already said. I will definitely rate this movie a 10 out of a 10, just because it's a true story, and it's very modern represented, even though the movie is black and white. So yes, guys, that's basically it. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video just as much as I have enjoyed making it. Let me know down below in the comments, what are your personal thoughts on this movie. Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Have you watched it? Haven't you watched it? Just let me know, some specific points that you liked about the movie. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this video just as much as I have enjoyed making it for you guys. I see you guys again at the next video. Stay tuned, stay connected, stay happy, and goodbye.